This is week 5, and this is a tutorial about defining your own data structures. If we go to the home page and go to tutorials, week 5, it's defining custom types. All right. Well, in C, the keyword typedef is a way to create short names for data structures that you define. And really, the whole point of this, it's going to seem like we're going to go through a few things. It's going to seem a little complicated, but you have to get over that because just the little bit of convenience of being able to define your own very short name for a data structure in a program you're writing is super convenient, and it's used very, very widely. The basic idea is to define a type, a new type, and we talked about this in previous lectures. You define a type in the normal way, and then you alias it to something else, that short name that you want to use. So this is just really building on that previous idea. The way you use it is like this. You would use the keyword typedef, state the old name completely, and then state the new name, semicolon. Okay, that's really all there is to it. I'm just going to go through a couple of examples to show you how you can build on this idea. So for example, you might have a typedef for an unsigned char and rename it to byte, semicolon. So the typedef is the keyword, the unsigned char is the old name, and there's nothing stopping you from using unsigned char in your programs. It's just more awkward than the very elegant way of naming an unsigned char a byte. Now, in CS50.h, which you've been using for a few weeks here, we use this. This is actually a real line of code that's found in that header file, where for convenience, we use typedef to define the char star type and rename it to string, so you could access the variable string directly. This is just for convenience, and it it avoids having to take in all of the nuts and bolts of C at the same time. That's why we provided this convenience. But now we're opening the lid on that a little bit, tell you what we did so that you can start doing it too with your own data structures. So like here's an example of why this is super useful. Maybe you've defined your own struct, let's call it car, and you've got different fields in car. This is a little bit analogous to our phone book example where we put names and numbers in it. But, you get the idea. You can put a lot of information in this. And then we declare the typedef at the bottom, typedef struct car, and we'll call it, car underscore T. And so, what we're doing in this declarative statement is using the keyword typedef, stating the name of the existing structure. In this case, it's struct car, a custom struct, and then our simple, name to invoke it. And if we extend that model to the definition of the typedef, really we're invoking the keyword, we're defining our old variable name here explicitly, and then stating the new name. So, what you could do in the old way of thinking, you could define your struct car, declare it as struct car my car, and so declare it that way, and then you could access the fields mycar.year with that dot notation that we talked about before when we talked about structs. But now we don't have to do that. Now we can just directly declare car underscore T my car with our structure definition. And that's all there is to that subject, and that's all I have to say about that.